Hey everyone, so today I'm gonna be opening my Great Vault for my Resto Druid and I'll show you my Biz Tracker if I get any upgrades. But before we get into that, I wanted to take a few moments to share what's been going on with me and address some things I've seen in the comments. While I'm talking, you'll see me on my Disc Priest, who is my gatherer in the game. She does both mining and herbing, and honestly I find gathering to be one of the most relaxing things to do in WoW. It's a nice change of pace, and I hope you enjoy the vibe while I share my story. So, this past year has been incredibly tough for me. Around a year ago, my PC completely died due to faulty hardware. I wasn't able to get a refund or replacement, and I just didn't have the money to replace it at the time. On top of that, I was going through a really difficult period in my personal life. I became a caregiver for a very sick family member, and for about 6 months, my entire focus was on their recovery. That was incredibly stressful, and because I have autoimmune issues, all of that stress led to a major flare-up that forced me to take time away to recover once my family member's health improved. Managing chronic illness requires a lot of care and pacing yourself, which is something I try to practice every day as part of my mindful lifestyle. That's what my alternate channel and my Ko-fi are all about, sharing ways to live more mindfully while managing challenges like chronic illness. But during that time as a caregiver, I didn't really have the option to pace myself the way I should have because someone else's life was in my hands. And the stress and exhaustion from that is what led to such a bad flare-up afterward. When I finally returned home to start putting my life back together, I came back to an absolute nightmare. There had been a nasty mouse infestation in my home while I was away. It destroyed so many of my belongings, including a lot of the equipment that I use for content creation. I had to spend months just getting my house into a livable condition again, which was exhausting both financially and mentally. You can actually see how all of this impacted my channel if you look at the analytics. Around 10 months ago, my activity just stopped. That's after my PC died and life just got overwhelming. For months, I wasn't able to make any videos and my channel basically just went quiet. Only recently have I been able to start creating content again after piecing together an older PC using outdated parts. And right now I'm working with what I have. I rebuilt my old rig with very old parts just to get back to making videos. It's far from perfect, but I'm proud of myself for even being able to create content again after everything that I've been through. My mic, for example, used to sound great on my newer system. Well, before my newer system broke. But with this older hardware, it just doesn't perform the same. I've done everything I can, including using plugins to improve the audio quality, but this is the best I can manage at the moment. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of comments criticizing my mic quality, telling me to go buy a pop filter or to fix my setup. Alright, I get it. Audio is super important, but it's not really as simple as just buying new equipment. After everything I've been through this year, I haven't been able to make any big purchases, even small ones, beyond basic necessities like food and soap. I can't just run out and buy a pop filter or upgrade my mic right now. I'm doing the best with the resources that I have, and honestly, I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish despite everything. If you don't like how things sound right now, I understand, but leaving rude comments about it doesn't really help anyone. So for those of you who have stuck around, supported me, or just enjoyed the content despite its imperfections, I'd just like to thank you. Your support means the world to me, and it's what keeps me motivated to keep going, even with all the challenges that I faced. Alright, well, with that out of the way, let's get into the Great Vault and see if my Resto Druid gets lucky. After that, I'll show you how it fits into my Biz Tracker. Alright, let's go. So last night I did all of my keys for the week, and I also did the full clear of the heroic raid. So I should have 2 rows of gear that I can look at. All right, let's actually open this thing. Okay, wow. So you can already see that this pink trinket is just screaming at you to look at it. And it's on MythTrack. This is awesome. I'm already thinking I might pick that up, but let's just see what else is in my vault. The There's some pieces here that are quite rare actually. The Wings of Shattered Star from the raid, pretty nice cloak, but the one that I'm wearing is actually not the worst, especially after seeing the trinkets that are in my vault right now. I'm feeling like I don't know if I'll even pick anything up from the raid, but we will just look at everything just in case. Now we have the Hero Track Tier Shoulders, which is technically an upgrade because I'm wearing the Champions track, but I've been trying to save on my Catalyst charge for Myth Track shoulders, because ultimately that's what I'm aiming for, everything to be on Myth Track. And although this is an upgrade, I don't know if I want to pick it up. And finally we have some boots, which aren't too bad because the haste and mastery are really good for us as Resto Druids. But I did mention in my my video last week that I have plans to have some crafted boots this week after farming enough gilded. So I might just do that this week. I might just have new boots for this week anyway. And then let's check out the dungeon section. We have Hadal's Nautilus, which is from Siege. It is one of the better trinkets for us as Resto. Not a bad one. It does some nature damage. It's a big stat stick as well, and you don't really have to worry about it. You do need to use some of your damage spells, which is not super hard. Being a druid, you can just throw some moonfires around. Not to mention you're gonna have to do the same with the Arakir Sack Brood. Just throw some DPS spells. And finally we have the ring, which isn't the worst. It's got some crit and verse on it, but I am stacking haste and I probably won't be picking that up. I think I'll just pick up the Sack Brood. It's so rare and I just want it. I don't know, I just want to test it and play around with it. Alright, so let's use my Biz Tracker. This is the one that I created for the Druid, and if you go to the table of contents and just click on the link for the spec that you want, it'll make you jump straight to it. And this is my chance to kind of do a little thing here where I could edit some parts here. My plan is to actually have a separate video where I explain fully in detail everything about these Biz Trackers that I have. And again, the blank version is free on my Ko-fi, so you're welcome to go and download that for no cost. Anything that has some text on it for all the pieces, those are going to cost a little bit. If you're interested, go check out the link in my description. But for now, because I picked up the new Arakir Sack Brood trinket, I'm actually going to be using it as an example of just me adding another alternate trinket on my Biz Tracker. So I'll be using this text tool here and just make an entry, writing out the trinket that I just got, type everything out, the name of the item and where it's from, and then I'll use the drawing tool to draw a check mark in green, which means I am pretty much done for that. Alright, so that's about it. I don't have any other characters to open my Grave Vault on, which is kind of a bummer. I did want to play my Augivoker more. It's been really fun playing that for the most part in the past few seasons and taking a break from healing, but it seems that WoW has been a little bit more friendlier to my Resto Druid, at least in the vault. It's been a lot luckier than my Evoker. I'm sure my Evoker would love that Sack Brood, by the way. In fact, I only play once a week, which is to get all my keys done. Yeah, that's it for my vault video. I hope that this video left you with more understanding of what's been going on with me. And if you enjoy these type of videos, don't be afraid to subscribe. I will do my best to do more videos and share some of my creations with you. See you next time. Bye.